slow me.
Good morning. My name is Julie Fillingham, for those of you that don't know. We are middle of January 2025 now. I thought maybe I would put a little video out that explains a little bit of the story and how it happened. Put these videos on YouTube in a sequence, since that way you can look back and see what the house started like and where it is when it's done. So this is my story that I hope will someday maybe help somebody else from falling into the same situation, or maybe, you know, give somebody the courage in their life to stand up against, whether it's the fact that you're being mistreated and taken advantage of, or you know, just the fact that you're strong enough to keep going. So this is the driveway to what will here soon hopefully be my home, Oxbow Ranch. The property, I purchased property in June of 2020. I was looking to buy a home, and we were struggling finding anything we liked, and I happened to be looking for property for a client of mine who seemed to be looking at the same properties that we were. And then he had this idea of, why don't you let me build you a home? He told me he was this custom timber frame builder, been building his whole life. He was in his 60s, man of God, pastor, and please know that just because one is bad does not mean they all are. That's the unfortunate thing I feel about the church in many religions, is one bad seed can make it tough for all. And there are some fabulous, wonderful people that I have met along the way that thank God I have, because I don't know how I would have made it through without them. So anyways, this man says he'll build me this beautiful home for a fraction of the cost. Timber frame home, who wouldn't jump on that? So in my mind, I had this beautiful plan. I drew out a sketch. I took it to him. I asked him if we should take it to somebody to draw up plans. He said, no, we don't need them. We can draw it to, he could draw it to scale. First mistake. I should have insisted that we have blueprints. That's on me, because I didn't stand up against him. So if anybody ever tells you that you don't need them, they're lying to you. They're critical and very important, and it cost me an incredible amount of extra money, frustration, and problems along the way because we didn't have those. So he was incorrect. No matter what kind of a great sketch he drew, it was not plans. So anyways, I bought the property in 2020. He was working on projects in another state he was trying to get wrapped up that were taking forever. We never broke ground until March of 21, with the promise I would be in my house by Christmas of 21. So here we are, January of 2025. I terminated this man in October of 22, and I had engineers in, I had building inspectors in. It took many other builders to convince me to fire the man. When they started finding structural issues, I knew it was time. So I did file a suit. I really kind of wanted to go to court because I felt like this man needed to be held accountable and tried in front of his peers, because he wouldn't take any accountability for what he had done to me. But needless to say, we settled and life is good, and we're going to build a fabulous home here. It's going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. The ideal thing would have been to tear the house down and start over. I've got 5 great guys with fabulous ideas that are now working on this home, and we're going to try to make it into something great. So Oxbow Ranch has become a lot more to me than just a home. It's a symbol of strength, determination, never quitting, grace, grit, and glory. That's my new motto. It about killed me. I reached a point in my life where I would stay in bed for days. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to face the world. I begged God to let me die. They sent somebody to my door to make sure that I was okay, and somewhere along the line, and I know it was by the grace of God and Jesus as my Savior, and just reaching deep down inside of myself, and picking myself up by the bootstraps and just finding it in myself, because I was never a weak woman, to go on. I started listening to music again. Cody Johnson, I can't tell you what that man's music has done for me, and I can't explain it. But that man and his music just does something in my heart where it just gives me that strength. I don't know how, and I can't explain it, but those of you that love music, maybe you will. So I recommend, if you're sad, if you're down, if you feel you can't do it, yes you can. I did. Yes you can. Turn on the radio, go outside, find something to do. I started doing crafts. I kept myself busy, and I listened to music. So along the way, this man bashed my name all over. He told horrible lies about me in Bible study. Told people I was going bankrupt. Made it sound like I don't pay my bills because I wouldn't give him the last $94,000 I owed him, because I could see that at the rate they were building my house, it was never going to get finished. I kept telling him I couldn't pay him ahead of the work, and he would tell me it's almost done, you just don't see it. He would tell people that I don't understand the process. He made me feel dumb, and I'm not dumb. I've been in real estate for 25 years. I could see what he was doing to me. I just didn't know how to, I got to the point I just wanted it done. But the structural issues were something I couldn't live with. So, the house had to be fixed. We couldn't keep covering up these things. There were things in my house that were, almost deadly, and, the wrong snow load on my roof, or the heavy enough wind, the fact that it was going to have mold there, and he told me it never would have mold, that everything in my house was right, that everybody was screwing me but him. I went through a divorce in April of 22. Things weren't perfect to begin with, and there was an excessive amount of alcohol there, and I was struggling with how being comfortable around him. I didn't like it. I couldn't stop it. Somebody has to make up their mind that they want to do better for themselves and quit. You can't make them. No matter how much you try to love somebody, or how much you try to think that maybe the road ahead, they'll see it and they'll get better, they don't always get better. And then, of course, he had an affair I found out about, and he'll deny that to this day, and that's okay. But county offices aren't open at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, or 6 p.m., 7, 8, 9 p.m. every day of the week. So when only his and her vehicles are in the parking lot, it's pretty obvious. There was a lot more, but I don't need to go into detail. But between the two things that I was going through, I just did not want to face life anymore. There was a number of other things in life. We all have our problems, but somewhere I just figured out, you know what, I am a strong woman, and I am okay, and I may not be perfect, and I may not be the most beautiful woman in the world, but inside I am a good person, and I am beautiful, and so are you. So let's take a drive down the driveway here, and I'm gonna go in today and see what the progress looks like, answer any questions that they might have, because I'm gonna head to Fort Worth tomorrow. A little bucket list thing. You got to do those sometimes in life. Do it while you can, because we're not getting any younger. So I'm gonna go see if they have any questions on some of the things they're working on changing and fixing before I fly out tomorrow. And then I'll go get my things done, of course. But I want you to know that if you're in a situation with a builder and the house is not dried in after a year and a half, you have a serious problem. Nothing on the inside of your home should be started before that home is dried in. My house had sheetrock. My house had water coming in. I had tile. I had kitchen cabinets. And then I had walls that had no insulation, that weren't finished. The house was not dried in. You'll see through the videos, if you watch them from start to finish, kind of the things that we've had to go through, and the things that the bridges we've had to cross, and what we've had to do to reinforce this house that should have been done correctly from the beginning. Check references on your contractor. Make sure you go and see a home that they've finished. See that they actually have finished one. That's another mistake I made. This was a man I didn't know. I didn't check references. I pulled up a video online of a home that he was building, but it wasn't finished. And had I maybe checked some references, I could have saved myself a lot of grief, because I know some incredible builders here in the Bitterroot Valley that if I was looking to build a house, I probably would have used one of them, because we have some great guys. And I'll tell you, I can't thank Clearwater Builders in the Bitterroot Valley enough. They were one of my expert witnesses. You want to talk about some wonderful builders that build incredibly beautiful homes, who took the time out of their lives to help me when they didn't even know me that well. I am forever grateful. They were angels that stepped in. So there's blessings everywhere. I had people, total strangers, coming up to me in restaurants and on the street, telling me that they just felt the overwhelming urge that they needed to tell me that whatever I was going through, that God had me, that there was a light around me, and the most incredible things started happening. And I just knew, and I told my attorney, I am not afraid, and I know that I've got this, and I know that God has me. And I walked out of that last mediation, and we were able to, a few days later, put this to rest. So it may not have made me whole, but hopefully it's going to help. It's going to get us there. So that's the best I can do. This is going to be my home. I love this place. It's got a peace about it that I just can't explain to you. And this summer, we got so many things we're going to do to keep us busy, and we're going to turn this into an absolutely wonderful, beautiful property. And I can't wait for you to join me in this journey, and hopefully learn some lessons along the way in regards to building, if you happen to be building a home. But this is my home. This is Oxbow Ranch. And I look forward to you watching the progress with me as we make the transformations and we turn this diamond in the rough into something great. Have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to talking to you in the future. And just remember, you are beautiful, you are strong. Don't let anybody bully you. Don't let anybody make you feel different. And if you're with somebody who doesn't encourage you, who doesn't push you to be better, who isn't proud of you, find somebody else. Don't let yourself be stuck in something that you feel less than what you should, because you deserve more. And don't let somebody bully you and make you feel like you're dumb, because I knew better in this, and I had the feeling something was bad, and I eventually stood up for myself, and it wasn't easy. It was just about killed me, and I'm still struggling, but I'm way better, and I will get through this, and I will make things happen. So I do understand the process. I did know a lot of the things that were wrong in this house. I tried to tell him, and he wouldn't listen to me, and I let him manipulate me. So don't let somebody do that to you. You stand up for yourself. You follow your gut, because your gut is telling you. And I wasn't listening to mine, but I do now. So have a wonderful, beautiful day, and we'll see you soon.